Okay, guys. So I just did this. Whatever. I got to get used to doing live on YouTube. I typically don't. Whatever I usually put on YouTube has been pre-recorded, or I went live on TikTok or Facebook and put it here. But tonight calls for a special occasion. Okay. Now I have for quite some time been in the mystical community, been present through so many different changes, so many different teachers rising and falling, rising and falling. I have, hey, A, um, I have been through my share of what might as well be rap beefs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it goes down in the mystical community. And it's kind of like, for what though? But that's just how it is. And so I became aware recently that some things were said and done. And, it's just been a lot of talking. And so because people like to make things very public. And I'm very selective about who I enter into a beef with because I'm always going to win. That's the first thing. But there must be something for me to win. So right now, the feast has been prepared. I mean, it's laid out for me. And I want to say this to you guys before we even start with that, to say that when you start asking spirit for things, when you start asking for assistance with building your life, and you start asking for help with manifestation, and you start wanting to change your health, change your mind, elevate your station in life, change your financial situation, change your power, your access to spiritual power. When you start asking for those things, the way it shows up can be so varied. But one way for me that it shows up is fake beef. Okay. Every single person that I have ever had a beef with, it was so fake. Please understand. Not fake as in we got together and conjured up that we was gonna beef for the people. No, no, no. Fake as in they decided that I was gonna be the person. It's like open season on M. That's what we're gonna get, because somebody didn't like something I said. Newsflash. I say a lot of things people don't like, and I'm not gonna stop doing it today or tomorrow. Okay. I'm gonna keep telling the truth. And if you have to go off and cool off about that truth, that's fine. If you decide that you don't want to fool with me anymore because of something that I said, that's fine too. If you decide that the things that I do and the way that I get down in for you, you have free will to go find whatever you want. I have no problem with that. In fact, I have no problem with people talking about me. I have no problem with people making lives and all of that stuff on here on YouTube or anywhere else about me. I have no problems with people having opinions about me. But this is where the rubber meets the road. When you begin to attack my business, when you begin to attack my customers, my clients, especially VIPs, or God's forbid that you put my son or my grandchildren in the middle of anything, it just won't bode well, right? It just doesn't bode well. So, anywho, I want to talk to you guys about the feast, right? So, I here recently, it's just been a lot of shifts in my life. Um, Starting in Boston Entertainment and really getting that off the ground, and all the experience I got this year running around with Derek, Mr. I Ain't Fresh, and all of the different things that happen with that, the different people that I've been able to serve, from Sierra to not no hold on. Okay, I don't want nobody to get confused. I am not talking about Sierra. Okay. We have to be real clear about that, because I can see y'all now, Sierra, the one married to Russell Wilson. No, I don't, but I'm open to it. Hint hint, if anybody know her. Okay. But anyway, from all of the work that I've done with television and me having my own show, but also me consulting on other shows and magic and mysticism and how it really is, to all of the work that I've done with the books and the classes that I've been preparing, to me going back to school because I know it's time for me to have my degree in psychology. Um, and then just everything else, right? Running and maintaining Magical Mystic, even growing it, the customer base, setting up the different shops and stuff that I have, it's been a hell of a year. It has been very busy. It's been very exciting. There's just so much to it. I actually get to sign talent. I mean, who would ever thought it, right? And I see so many of you guys who want something great, but you let things run you away. The other title that I started to name this live was Don't Run Away from Haters. Don't let haters choose your path in life. Oh, they're talking about me. Oh, they're saying these things about me. I don't want to deal with that. It's like fuck them, but forget them. Okay, and and whatever they're talking about, you have a purpose. There's a reason why you were born, and I can guarantee you it was not to sit up and run commentary on other people's lives. It was not to sit up and wonder if you could have been successful. It was for you to discover success. All the ancestors that came before you, all of their hopes and their dreams and their aspirations, all of their ingenuity, all of their wisdom and their knowledge is in you, in you. And so there is an expectation from your bloodline, from your oversoul, not other people, forget them. Don't even worry about that right now. There's an expectation from your bloodline, from your oversoul, that you would ascend. But some of us, we spend so much time descending into madness. I was made aware that Terrain Hicks, the Dark Lord, occult knowledge, with 52,000 subscribers here on YouTube, made a video about me earlier today. And I was all cool with not responding until I realized he had 52,000 YouTube subscribers. I was like, oh, well, that's 52,000 people that probably don't even know me. You know what I'm saying? And I do it much better than him. I'm much more knowledgeable and I have integrity. So let me go respond because there's something to be gained here. So he made a video, and this is the man who, by the way, and all of this is something that can be proven. Like, this is not something I made up. Like, he is known for doing. He wrote my husband out the blue one day. Now, this is how these things started. An apprentice of mine whose name I won't call, she's a graduate. I have been talking to her about doing retreats because y'all know I am a big believer in sacred spaces where you can just be yourself and be as spiritually weird as you want to be. And why I say weird, what I mean is, in mundane society, many spiritual people are considered weird. So here you're amongst family. So I highly recommend to people who have something to teach and have something to offer or have a vision of just bringing together people. You don't always have to be the teacher. Sometimes you can just be the facilitator of an event. So anyway, I had been talking to her about it. She finally started doing it. So this was the third year. And I had always said I was coming, but I hadn't made it before. I had done virtual. This year I came. So I came to the women's sexual retreat or whatever in Arizona, and madness broke out. Um, and so it was a lot of backbiting, a lot of two-facedness, a lot of immaturity. Luckily, I wasn't there for most of it. I was in to speak and right back out. I couldn't stay. So I spent one whole day there. I flew in the day before. I spent the day of there because I read everybody in the room. I left the next morning at 5 in the morning, right? So I wasn't there for all of the madness. I came from that retreat. I came home, handled my business, went on my girls' trip, not even thinking about it. All I could think was, that was so wonderful. This was my honest opinion. Like, I think I liked her event better than my own. Like, it was a vibe and all these wonderful women, and it was just a good vibe. And I was very proud of her for putting together something so phenomenal. Well, by the time my girls' trip ended, I discovered that it wasn't as phenomenal as I imagined, not because of her and what she put together, but because there was backbiting and two-facedness and things like that going on. People wasn't listening to the facilitator. People wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing. So she and I had a conversation. I had a conversation with a lot of people who were there. Many other people who were there are my apprentices or have been. So my name came up in a negative way, most people thought, and I am confrontational. I brought it up. Well, some people don't like when you bring what's said and what's done right to them. What are you supposed to do? Come make a YouTube about it before you talk to them? Is that how we handle business? No. If something has been said and something has been done and I'm going to deal with it, I'm going to come to you right to your face or to your inbox or to your text messages or to a private group that we share, and I'm going to tag your name. I say it to you. You don't have to wonder about me. I ain't scared of nothing. That's the first thing. Okay? You never have to wonder about me. So I tagged these three individuals that the problem was with, because all these different people didn't lie. It's just what turns out to be, some of it, a miscommunication. I said, what's going on? Why is this a thing to be done to a sister? It wasn't even my beef. Next thing I know, one of them is in Terrain Hicks' little coven, which we all know what Terrain Hicks does. We all know what he's been accused of many times. We all know. Let's not act dumb or blind. And most of the 52,000 that's over there, they done heard about it. They know. They just follow him because they hadn't had a better option until today. Okay? So, next thing you know, she runs off to him. The very next day, I don't even know this man. Hadn't heard his name or nothing. First, I hear of him outside of 2017 when he jumped into a beef I had with somebody else. And I let all of them have it. It wasn't specific to him. It was all of them. And I was on some flex my power stuff. I was in a place then where I was like, I'm going to show them better than I can tell them. When it comes to this magic, I'm hurt. Okay. So I was flexing my power. He got caught up in that. We never spoke. We never talked again outside of those couple of inboxes or whatever that was thrown around. And so I hadn't heard from him. Don't know this man, have never studied with him, have never done nothing with him. I might have seen something that he was doing. I definitely heard about some things he was doing, but he ain't never meant nothing to me. He inboxes my husband. Now, let me back up. The day before the inbox, I made a live on Facebook, and I still get tickled because I've never had anybody to do exactly what I said like that. And I said, I don't know who y'all be telling when y'all running social media trying to snitch on me. Your best option would be to try to tell my son or tell my husband. I said, but all this other stuff you're doing, it don't work. The next morning, my husband had messages we got screenshots of, messages I can open his phone and show right now. And it was very disrespectful right off the rip. He don't know this man. He ain't never met my husband. And he sends him a picture of him and a girl holding the gun. He's standing behind the girl. This is the kind of man that these people be following. I could post the picture. He shouldn't send it to us. We saved it all. All this stuff gone to a lawyer, okay? Because it may be something there for him to be paying me for the rest of my life. I'm just waiting on it. Come on, keep on talking. Just keep right on talking, because as soon as you say the right thing or the wrong thing, you'll be getting hit with them papers. I ain't doing no cease and desist. I'm taking you straight there. We ain't ceasing and desisting nothing. I'm not giving you no warnings, right? So he's sending all this stuff to my husband, calling my husband all kind of things out of his name. He don't know this man, Lord. He do not know this man. Like, people don't know us, period, really. And so, and he gets bold enough to call this man on Messenger. This big surly Leo that I'm married to, he calls this man on Messenger. And when I realized it was him on the phone, I was like, I told my husband, give me the phone. Like, if me and you got a beef, then handle that with me. I got on the phone, and I'm going to abbreviate this because I'm on YouTube. I was like, he was saying something, and I'm just ready to deal with Emme Rain. I said, B N word. B A word N word. Okay. Shut STFU. Okay. And he got quiet. Like, and I said some really mean stuff that I can't even abbreviate. And I said some, and hung up in his face. Do y'all know what y'all Dark Lord did once I hung up in his face? He gets right back in my husband's inbox and say, "Who was that? Who was that fat cow?" Look, I'm kind of embarrassed to be talking about it, y'all. But hey, it's late. I done all the work I'm gonna do for today, and after this, I'm going to bed with a smile on my face. But yeah, that's what he did. Who was that fat cow? Blah 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 blah. Then next thing you know, he sends him this form message. Something must be done about Emme Rain. Name not spelled right, but it's all good. And da 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 da. And I propose blah 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 blah. So I had my husband's phone. I messaged back. Who's the authority that you're proposing this to? I'm the authority. Okay, act like it. You're the authority. Who you proposing to? Who are you looking for help from? I look up, he done posted this in all kind of comments under my posts on both of my pages. Back and forth, back and forth. I'm just deleting it. It's like he want clout. I ain't gonna give it to you. See, it's a lot of people who have bigger followings, but they ain't got no money because they ain't got no power. See, it ain't about how many people follow you if you can't monetize them, and you can't monetize people if what you do don't work. Too many people that had allergic reactions to the stuff that he sell on Etsy. Too many people have gone through all these different things with him, to the degree that people actually reported him to Canadian authorities for a serious crime that you get life for. That's what I'm gonna say. So, and I got the screenshots of that. You know what I'm saying? See, people talk shit. I got money. Money talks. If I decide I want to run a person's background, I can. In fact, you all can. And you can run my background and you will find exactly what I said. Because I have made my bones off of my true story. So I don't have any skeletons in my closet. Everything that could have been a skeleton is all out in the open. In fact, not only have I told you guys, I've written books: The Rape of Innocence, Becoming, my personal memoirs, Raw Redemption, Poetic Infinity, on and on and on. Cascade of Tears. I got books and books and books and books and books. You see what I'm saying? So my story is out there, all of it. This part, that part, this part, that part. About to put some more parts out there. But this man harassed my husband from that morning all the way up to midnight. Got up the next morning and started again. And then as bold as he called me on my phone, because one of them folks that hired him gave him my number. I'm like, does that say Terrence Hicks? This man done lost his mind. And he loops in with a woman who is clearly having a mental breakdown, and he amps her up to make posts talking about me trying to kill her and her kids. Girl, you were never anything to me but a follower. I don't care about you or your children. I don't care about you at all enough to do anything to you. I don't just dish out energy for free. It's too precious. If I can help it, I point all my energy in my own life. When people want some of it, they have to pay for it or they got to be important. Now, I actually did. She posted these screenshots herself on her page in an effort. And I mean, she had like 20, 30 posts on her page. Ask me how I know. It wasn't because I went and looked. I'm blocked. Somebody else was sending them to me. There's nothing you could say in the spiritual community that's not going to get back to Emme Rain. My impact is too deep for that. It's a lot of people who don't know me, but there are a lot of people who do. And you never can tell. So I'm like, why would she post this when it goes against everything she's saying? Me saying, I love you, you need to get help. Me making recommendations. Hey, get with a non-gay Mason, get with Erica Johnson, get with Tasha Dixon, Tasha Matres, get with them, get some help because you're having a mental breakdown. And I don't play with people who are having mental breakdowns. I've seen too many of them do it, lose their mind over here in mysticism because they're not grounding, they're not studying, they're not practicing, they're not accountable, they won't do shadow work, they won't heal, they won't tell the truth. It's all these different things. They think that you can be wild and out of control over here in spirituality. No, you can't. Just because you're not in church or not in a mosque don't mean that you're free of decorum. The universe itself has structure. So you have to stick to structure. So he gets this girl amped up. This girl calling me 12 something, 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, texting me, be this, be that, be this, and then you learned everything you know from Tata. I was like, who the hell is Tata now? I don't even know who that is. According to her, that's Terrain. I'm like, the Dark Lord taught you everything, and now he wants to turn it all on you. He didn't teach me anything because there's nothing that he can teach. Everything that he got it from somebody else, and he just really regurgitating things that he got and allowing their frequency to reverberate through him so people can think that he got something, but he ain't got nothing. People who have real power don't act certain kind of ways. Your power won't let you. Power can't abide in madness. It just can't. And so it's like she did that and did that and did that. And finally I said to her, I said, hey, I'm going to send them folks to your house because I'm worried about you now. You know, you calling me, threatening me, talking about you going to get a plane that made up fake pages, got on my post and commenting and, you know, and sometimes I'm in the mood. Sometimes I'm not. That's the chance that people take playing with me, right? So I told her, I said, I'm going to call social services because your kids cannot be safe. They are not safe with you being in this place in your mind. This girl said, I lost my hair, I lost my car, I lost my house, I lost my teeth. I was like, what does that got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody thought about you. I mean, I have not thought about you. But he's behind her, constantly egging her on. He don't care about whether she losing her mind. He not telling her she need to go get no help. And he ain't going to do nothing when the state come in and take her kids because she's having an obvious mental breakdown and talking about demons, devils, and people using energy to kill her and her kids. It's like, yeah, that's just not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work out for you. And he's not going to help you. People call me a bully because I'm aggressive. If that's what you got to call it, then that's what it is. People call me a bully because I don't back down from no fights unless I want to. It's never because I'm scared. It's usually because I'm busy or because I got something else going on. People don't like that I am rich and successful and have the nerve to still be ghetto. It's like, see, that what they're used to. They're used to people like Michelle Obama, who I love, by the way, and Oprah Winfrey, who I love, by the way, and Beyonce. It's like once you get so far up, you're supposed to shut up and just let people talk about you and just deal with it, just ignore it or whatever. You will never victimize me, not ever, not once, not ever, not ever. When you push me, I push back. Like my grandson used to love that song by Pop Smoke. He's like, he said, a woo back, right? And my little Mason be like, woo back. He'd do the little dance with his little, pushing his little two fingers, you know? And I thought that was cute. But yeah, that's true. It's like, I do it all back, you know? Let me tell you guys something. A lot of you want a lifestyle that you hadn't even really thought about what it's going to mean for your life. I didn't know. I could have never imagined being hated because I picked myself up by the bootstraps and did something with myself. I could have never imagined that. I could have never imagined that people who claim to love people would hate somebody who's been so beneficial to so many people. I could have never imagined that. And you can't imagine it because it don't make sense, right? It's like, oh, it's almost like Kanye West. I used to love that song when he was like, wait till I get my money right. It's like, that's what you think. Once I get my money right, all this other stuff is gonna be fine. No, it's not. You're gonna lose friends. You're gonna make new enemies. Some of your enemies you won't be able to see, name. You don't know nothing about them. You ain't never had no interaction with them for them to be an enemy. But they hate you for your success. They hate you because you're loved by other people. They hate you because you represent what they could never represent in their mind. And that's just in their mind. See, these are the people who have already counted themselves out. And you know that they have counted themselves out because they say things like, who do she think she is? I think I'm Emme Rain. And without the M, it'll just be you. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? Why would I be anybody other than who I am? I'm going to enjoy being me. I love myself. And out of that abundance of love for myself, I am able to love other people properly. Not using them. I ain't never got to sleep on your couch. I ain't never got to borrow no money. You ain't never got to do no GoFundMe for me. You ain't got to give me nothing but respect or distance. It's easy peasy. If you're in here, you're going to respect me. And if you can't respect me, you're going to move either on your own or, right? So somebody was saying that he was just on a live with a Shara Star Goddess. Now, I have all kind of respect for Shara. Shara is an amazing person. And it's sad to me that people like him will play whatever game they can play or have to play. This man got on this YouTube and said he got a billionaire client and that's a fact. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Because people with money got very strict requirements about how they want people operating that may ever be connected to them. You don't have a billionaire client. If you had a billionaire client, you wouldn't have time to be mad at me about something you wasn't even there for. This man wrote my husband, I can show you right now, 50,000 different messages about our events. Y'all was smoking weed at the event. Y'all won't have no other event. Y'all. It wasn't even our event. First of all, sir, we didn't spend a dime on that event because it wasn't our event. That's when you know people getting their story wrong. He ran off to Tamar, I don't know why, and told her that I hired him to do work on her. Since when do Emme Rain gotta hire anybody to do work on anybody? But if I do, I have my squad of hitters. He certainly ain't it, because he's not a hitter. I have my squad of people that I love. I trust. I don't deal with randos. He said she was in royal bloodline and she wanted to be my student, but I wouldn't accept her because she was lazy and fat. Y'all, I hollered. I was like, who was lazy and fat? You know what I'm saying? I was like, and sometimes I be thinking, oh, so they don't care whether people know me or not. They don't care about being believed. They just want to talk. Like, that's when you know people are dumb for real. Like really something wrong. Like, if I'm going to tell a lie, I need to make sure that joke is believable. Lazy? Me? With 7 different business ventures going on all at one time, me, who people know, will be up at 8 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon, 10 at night, 2 in the morning, back up at 8 in the morning. Me, lazy, and me fat, fine is the word. But when you fruity, you have specific taste, So anyway, I did this live because there's a lot of people who's going to see his live and then they're going to Google my name or YouTube my name and they're going to land right here on my page. And what they're going to find is power, because that's all that's here. And what they're going to find is freedom, because that's all that's here. And what they're going to find is a mentor that don't need you for anything, just only to teach you and to see you shine. You ain't got to mention my name. You ain't got to bring me up. See, and another thing, let's talk about this Young Thug thing, because I'm sick of it, okay? It might have been 50,000 people burning candles for Young Thug. The man is famous. So if 50,000 different people say, oh, I did it, I did it, I did it, they can all argue about it. I'm not arguing with anybody about what I did. I don't care. I was paid. Do you understand? I was sought out and I was given a check and I was tipped. It don't matter who else did what else. I'm not going to argue with these people. I can't say what they did or didn't do. Most of them are lying if when they say they were paid, but I'm sure I'm not the only person that was hired. I don't even think I was the first person that was hired. I believe, according to my recollection, somebody else was hired before me and they were doing a horrible job. And that is how I got recommended. Okay. Somebody recommended me, and not just one or two somebodies. I got screenshots of people writing this man's sister, writing this man's woman, saying, y'all need to get with Emme Rain. Y'all need to get with Emme Rain. Like when I tell you I don't throw away nothing, I don't throw away nothing. I got it all. I keep it all. I got more screenshots than I do product photos. You never know what you might have to prove. So when people start with me that used to be my friend, I be wondering, like, you ain't got good sense, huh? Um, and so this particular person used to be a student, and I consider her a sister, a little sister. I spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money trying to make sure she had everything she needed to be dynamic. Because in my mind, she was going to be the one of us that was a true crossover success. I ain't never counted myself to want to be a crossover success. The fact that I am one is shocking to me, because I'm not a politically correct person, but people for whatever reason love me. Let me tell you how they do. I had a TV show on Fox, and people were such haters that they start calling the television station, trying to say things about me that, like, the people on the in the TV station wouldn't notice. That I have felonies, that I have violent felonies, that I done been to prison, that, that I do magic and witchcraft. Well, the station manager had me come do ease and release of life service on his wife while she was on a ventilator. You ain't telling these people nothing they don't know. I get to the station one day to shoot my show, my episode, and they say, yeah, so and so and so, and people was calling. And they was like, ha ha ha, laughing about it. It's like, yeah, you done made some enemies. I guess that means that we're doing a good job. And guess what they did? If I'm lying, I'm frying. I had one station, one, okay? And that was KATV. And then they gave me KTBE. They put me on two stations, two prime spots. 12:30 on a Monday morning. Well, evening, afternoon, okay? 12:30 p.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. on Fridays. And I ended up syndicated, okay? And I ended up with a 3-minute moment of mindfulness. So the show is Moments of Mindfulness, then Moment of Mindfulness, that played with the news every Monday and Friday. That was a whole nother, you might as well call it show, mini show. I did 3 minutes of topics about mindfulness. Didn't even have to pay for that. Then the next thing you know, they made me Louisiana's foremost expert on meditation and mindfulness. They made that. They did that. And that was because of haters. See, the feast has been prepared. The feast has been prepared by your haters. You are in a great place when people don't like you for no reason at all. I'm not saying if you did something to people and they don't like you, that's different. But if a person don't like you because you're being yourself, like Bernie Mac said, oh, I guess wow, handcuffs on them, super glue on their lips. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't change. You shouldn't want to change the beauty of who you are, the power of what you're here to do to make somebody happy. What is their happiness going to do for you and for the world? You couldn't make them happy even if you shrunk down and turned yourself into a mouse or an ant or a bumblebee. You can't make people who don't want to like you happy because they are happy not liking you. And to sit up and think that somebody who don't like me, I'm going to give them what they want. Listen, people sometimes call me materialistic, okay? And they say, "Oh, she using all these people for that money." But they so mad about the money. They mad about the love, and they mad about the people, and they mad about the respect, and they mad about the lack of dirt that they can really throw on my name. All they got is she be siphoning energy. She be siphoning energy. She be siphoning energy. She a spiritual vampire. She be siphoning energy. That's how she got everything. That's all they can say. And see, that's not concrete or specific. It's just something you throw out there because there's nothing else to talk about. Then they say, she's mean, she's a bully. It's just like, she attacked me. She attacked me. If I did, you did something to deserve it. It is what it is. And if I did, because you did something to deserve it, I would say that. Because why wouldn't I? And so, to sit up and get in agreement with your enemy is the silliest thing in the world. I know what I'm finna to do. I'm finna to set her down. No, you finna to stand me up. I'm finna to, y'all know why I'm back doing all these lives and I'm showing up everywhere and just on them? Because I know they can't stand it. Everybody want me. I was over here being quiet. I'm still newly married to me. You know what I mean? I just got married in 2022. I'm still enjoying this man, trying to as often as I can, which ain't that often because I already got all these things going on. As much as you can leave me the hell alone, I could be all the way out the way by now. That's why I did the apprenticeship, because I'm looking to raise up other people. I ain't trying to do all of this stuff for the rest of my life. I know I am, but I don't want to be the only one. I never have wanted to be the only one. I don't understand people like that. I got to be the only one. I'm the deep one. I'm him. I'm her. You know what I'm saying? The only one. No. Why would you want that? It's lonely and it's dangerous. I raise up powerhouses that don't need me. That's how you know that you've been successful. So I'm trying to be out the way. And it's just like, but here you come. She ain't even no real millionaire. I find that laughable. I find that laughable. That people who ain't never seen $1 million have a lot to say about somebody who get that plus annually. Plus. She ain't got no Bentley. 50 million videos and pictures of me in my same Bentley. All kind of other people in the magical community who done sat in it, rode in it, took 1,000 pictures in it. I'm not even funny acting with my Bentley. I had an event. I let people sit in it, move the seats, feel the things, absorb the energy, because it'd be nice if all of us have Bentleys. We deserve it. We're hardworking people. We deserve it. So take your pictures, rub it on out. Feel yourself with that energy. I'll grab my Birkin, set it on the table. Touch it, feel it, here, hold it. If you can pick that heavy joke up, it's just a bag. It's just a car. It wasn't just a car and just a bag when I first got them, because I was like, oh my God, like everybody else. Oh, I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. At this point, it's just how I live. And it don't mean anything to me where I feel like I gotta lord it over people. I don't come into a room like, my bag, my bag, my bag. I don't come into a room trying to make people feel small because I got it. When I come into a room, I let people feel inspired because I got it. I know for a fact you can get it. Okay? Because I got it, I know for a fact that this can happen to you because it happened to me. I can be at a store, somebody, can I touch your, can I look at your, can I take a picture? I don't care. Take all the pictures you want. Look, touch, whatever you want to do. Don't tear up nothing. This shit high. You know what I'm saying? Don't tear up nothing. But yes, this can be you. This should be you. Say, this is going to be me. I am in love with the testimony, not the money. I like the money. I love the money. But I'm in love with the testimony. That's what keeps me authentic. That's what keeps me motivated because I am seriously in it for the proof of power. And proof of power is not enough. Like Jay-Z said, you know, if you're the only person eating, then you basically still broke. You want to be able to make sure other people are eating. There is a great percentage of spiritual businesses that exist because Emme Rain exists. Because Emme Rain is a bulldog. Because Emme Rain will get in your face and keep standing in your face. I'm like, you ain't shy. You ain't shy. Quit saying that. Quit saying that. You can do this. You can do this. Not to push you somewhere you ain't meant to be, but to pull you out of this borrowed identity that you have. I can't. And what are they going to think? And I don't know. You quit lying. You know. You were born knowing. You were born knowing. I knew on some level that this was me. I'm like, I'm a fancy. I'm but it really wasn't my life for a very long time. I couldn't afford nothing. Couldn't afford nothing. Poor as hell. Growing up in the projects. I had my son at 15 years old. And by 16, I had a second son who passed. And for all intents and purposes, I saw everybody kind of give up on me at that point, like, oh, she ain't gonna make it, another statistic. But in true Scorpio fashion, okay, on November 14th, I will be turning 49 years old. 49 where? Okay? So I refuse to let a person who thought so little of me be right. Some of you, I'm asking you to be the same way. Refuse to let people who don't mind dragging you down and dragging you into the middle of stuff. Refuse to let them be right. Refuse to let other people determine your ceiling and set your boundaries. Refuse. Who are they? This man done been accused of the most heinous crimes. All three of the worst crimes you could ever be accused of, he's been accused of and reported to the police for it. Yeah, Emme Rain done stabbed a few people. I have. I got a violent history, and she done wrote some checks. I wrote a lot of checks. I'm just telling you. Listen, okay? When I say I was poor, please understand that I mean I was poor. Yeah. But I ain't never abused a woman or a child. Okay? And so and I find it funny that he brought my son up. And that's what really made me decide that, you know what, I'm going to address this. He said, and it's unacceptable that she would put her son up and have him doing work and elevate her son, knowing that he is known for putting his hands on women. First of all, sir, you were not there. Second of all, sir, he has never been convicted of putting his hands on any woman. And third of all, sir, whatever may be going on in my son's household, it ain't even my business. It damn sure ain't yours. And if his spirit team loves him enough and F's with him the long way like that, to where he's able to pull people out of poverty, he's helped people pay their rent and keep their house, and he might not be perfect, but he ain't a you. He ain't raping nobody. He ain't never been accused of it. He ain't hear nobody. He ain't never been accused of it. You can't never be cool with me putting my son's name in your mouth. Because at the end of the day, I gave birth to that. I'm a living down that hill. I will protect that child all the days of my life. And when I pass, my spirit will remain. I'm never going to abandon my family. And when a person has something to say about my imperfect family, well, then you have opened the door for us to discuss all of the things. It should be, to me, if there's a beef, it should be between me and you. My son hadn't done anything to you. You want to talk his business, you think you're going to shame him. You can't shame this boy. Believe you me, he was raised by me. We don't get shame. We tell the MF and truth and move the fuck on, because what you going to do about it? Nothing. Who is perfect? Nobody. And we know that. So we perfect ourselves over here. That's what divinity means, that you can harness the power to see yourself for real, adjust what needs to be adjusted, and move it right along. And we do that over here like some MF and champions. And I will stand beside, behind, and in front of my child all the days against whomever has anything to say about anything that he has or has not done, allegedly or actually. It doesn't matter to me. See, I'm never confused about where I stand. I stand with who I stand with. And who I stand with, they got me. And the only thing that's going to make them lose me is them. It ain't nothing nobody can say to me about people that I love. Nothing, not a thing. And that's good for you guys. Because, see, one of the things I'm going to say to you is this. People like that, they think they're smarter than everybody they're talking to. They do. So they try to tell whoever they're talking to what to think and how to feel about it and what it is. And they take up this position like, I can tell you anything and make you feel anything about anybody. But the truth is, you can only get haters to agree with haters. Everybody, people who are really motivated, they can't stand hater energy. They can't stand it. When have you ever seen Emme Rain jump on a live and start talking about people that ain't bothering me? Never. By the time you see me jump on a live and I start naming names, is because that person did it. And I got proof and I can show it. And it'll stand up in court. Somebody just served me with a cease and desist not very long ago. I wrote her lawyer back and told him, I ain't ceasing and desisting or removing anything because I didn't say anything that wasn't true. Now, I can send you this proof because apparently your client done paid you money for nothing. And I said, but I don't want to be bothered anymore. Don't write me. Leave me alone. And you might want to tell her that. This man wrote me again. It's still up. Didn't I say I wasn't removing it? You can send me the link though, because I don't even know which one you're talking about. Send me the link. And I offered to send you proof of everything that I've ever said in any live. It don't even matter which live it is for that matter. I offered to send you proof. But and since you don't want to, what I can do is because now I'm gonna tell you, I learned this from a dear friend. I put them people in folks' life. You are a professional licensed person. I will write the licensing board and send them all of this stuff. I have no problems with it. It's really easy to leave me alone, but when you don't leave me alone, you know, some people talk about poking the bear. No. This is worse. This is worse. You know, my mama told me something when I was little. I didn't like fighting. I really didn't. I couldn't stand to see people hit each other. I just didn't like it. I couldn't stand violence. And a lot of people can't believe that with my violent history. But I would not fight. I would not do it. And my mama told me one time, she said, it's important for you to remember that you owe yourself. You owe yourself. And she said that I know you're little and I know you're scared of being hurt, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Mama, what I'm really scared of is hurting somebody, and I got to live with that. That's where I come from. That's my true heart. That's my true nature. I prefer not to do damage if I can help it. I'd rather heal and love and celebrate. When I throw events, I don't be all in the front trying to be the center of attention. I sit my ass down somewhere and I look at everybody and I smile like a mother watching all her children play and have fun and be safe because nothing's going to happen to you while I'm here. Not know anything about it. You are safe with me. That has always been my energy. And my mama talked to me and talked to me and talked to me. And one day my grandmother told her, leave her alone. When she fall in love or when she has children, it will come. And then you gonna be wishing it hadn't. Y'all, the lady did not lie. Old wisdom is something else. It hit me one day. It hit me. And it wasn't that I had a child or had fallen in love. I saw somebody I loved in danger. And I didn't know what I was capable of until I had to be capable of it. And so I've learned that everybody don't deserve to know the truth of your heart, right? And so sometimes I come across kind of like I don't care. Because when I don't care, I don't. But the truth is, by the time I don't care, a lot has been done. A lot has been done to put me in that position because generally I care about everything. And so tonight, I sit here on YouTube, and really what I'm doing is making a plea for people who support people like that. Because maybe you think, oh, they got some kind of knowledge or information you can't get anywhere else. Lies. All knowledge comes from the source of knowledge. And any person can channel knowledge. Any person. Any person can make themselves available to the universe to be filled with wisdom. You don't have to initiate to the weird systems. You ain't got to let nobody play with your body, play with your energy, control you, and treat you like they your pimp. You ain't got to be mistreated and bullied and pushed into corners. You ain't got to be afraid of nobody because they popping a lot of stuff about how bad they are spiritually. People been people who you guys have followed, have loved, have believed in deeply, have come out in public and said that Emme Rain is finished. Years of it. And every time they say finished, I go up. They say finished, I go up further. She's finished this time. No, I go up further. And I just love it. I just love it. Because I finally figured out what it was, that you could be great, you could be wonderful, you could actually be doing something productive with your energy. You choose not to. But this one right here represent a siphon, right? What you won't do, I will. I'm living to be powerful and helpful, beneficial to mankind as a whole. What you won't do, I'll take that. I don't have no problem with it. See, once you wrong me, I can take what I want energetically. You did me wrong. Shouldn't have caused the offense. Now I bleed from you all these things. Guys, it's nothing wrong with you doing that. The reason why predators get away with being predators is because good people think that they can't do nothing about it, or they need to ignore it, or they need to rise above it. No, sometimes you need to situate things. And folks, sometimes you have to confront the wickedness, the evil, the BS out there. I don't have any problem with anybody confronting me. If I ever get too far off grid or I go off grid or whatever the case may be, I hope that you will. I hope that you will be bold enough to text me, call me, or inbox me and say, what is this? Can we talk about this? I'm worried about you, because that's what sisters do. That's what brothers and sisters do. That's what family does. We have conversations and we try to heal fissures. We don't blow them up. But if you decide to blow up a fissure with me, you will get the short end of the stick every time. I am every spirit's favorite. I am every spirit's beloved. I am married to the game. I am completely sold out to the game. There is no energy on the other side that will pick anybody else over me. They can pick you with me, but they ain't gonna pick you over me. I ain't even almost done rocking yet. Not even almost. So when people decide to challenge someone, be sure you catch both sides of the story instead of just being a funky ass hater because I own a Bentley. Yes, and it's not no old one either. A convertible GTC Speed with 12 cylinders in the engine with 200 on the dash because I own a Maserati. Cash. Pay for it. Cash. You know how? From my books. Royalties. A royalty check. Bought me a Maserati. Write the book. Write the book. Write the book. Y'all should write the book. It wasn't the first year, the second year, the third year. But boom. I was like, did that say 50 something thousand dollars? Who the hell been buying these books? I was like, oh, well, let me sit this down because my book royalties, that's my money to splurge and spoil myself. So when you see me in my Jag, or you see me in my Range Rover, or you see me in the truck, or you see me in whatever I'm riding in, when you see me saying, I'm at my house in Little Rock, like I am now, the Manor in Louisiana, like I'm going to be tomorrow. Okay? When you see me showing the house that I'm going to either sell or rent, I hadn't decided. I'm trying to decide. I don't know yet. In Louisiana, whole different house. And you see me at our house in Monticello. And you see me at the store that I am buying in West Monroe, Louisiana. And you see me looking at these properties and that property and this property and trying to make sure it's mowed and kept up and all that kind of stuff. And you see me talking about all this stuff. That's for me. That was from my royalties. That is from my hard work. I ain't hustling nobody. Ain't nobody did no GoFundMe to buy me a motherfucking thing. Nothing. Everything I got, I worked for it and I continue to work for it. I don't get on the phone and bullshit people and tell them things that they can't prove or verify. When a person has a conversation with me, it's life-changing. When a person books a session with me, we're going to talk about some things that they know could nobody else have told me every single time. I'm going to leave them with some tips. I'm going to take them further and give them more than they paid for it every single time. That is why people don't just pay to book with me. They also come back and tip me later. And they spoil me every birthday and every Christmas and every anniversary. People buy me things and love on me. Not because I'm bullshitting them and selling them dreams, but because I'm in the fight with them to see them rise. And I'm going to brag on them. And I'm going to big up them. And I ain't got to talk about myself all the time. I only do this because some people just don't like it. And sometimes I just like doing what I know makes you want to just cut up. Because, you're reserving too much energy. Since you're a hater, just come on, release it all. Release more. You weak. You weak. You are weak. Anybody who making videos about somebody else who ain't did nothing to them, you don't even know that person, you weak. I always talk about they'll pull up. Listen, let me tell y'all something. When you're a public figure, pulling up is the easy thing if somebody wanted to do it. Everybody know where my story is. Everybody who has ever purchased anything from Magical Mystic, pulling up is easy. Wah, 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 wah. Online, that's all it is. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. I'll pull up. You ain't pulled up yet. I ain't hidden. I can't hide. I'm too big to hide. Social beefing, it don't mean nothing to me. Not only will I move your spirit team, I will move your ancestors. I don't have a problem taking care of other people's ancestors. I do it anyway. I'll take care of your ancestors and your spirit team better than you and sit you down in the madness that you deserve for all the things that you've done to so many people who didn't deserve it. I'm not the one to be played with. And it's just easier to leave me alone because I really am busy trying to accomplish something really great. And even if you cannot leave me alone, there's some leeway with what you might can get away with saying about me. But you will never get a moment to disrespect my seed and my legacy. So what? He ain't perfect. So what? I don't know nobody who is. And if you think that I can believe in all these people in this world and put all this energy into them starting their business and having their family and healing their bodies and all this kind of stuff, and I'm supposed to turn my back on my son because of something that he did, you are afflicted. That's what you are. I'm never going to do it. Never going to do it. And you could tell the whole freaking world and the president if you want to. I'm never going to do it. Never going to do it. And I'm never going to go nowhere. I'm going to be up in here smiling and jamming and doing my thing with all my diamonds on, with my $40,000 and $30,000 purses and my $250,000 car in my $1 million homes. That's what I'm going to do. Because you don't want it done. I'm going to do it for me and I'm going to do it for the gram. I'm going to do it for everybody who know they deserve it, who have been trying to figure out how to get it, and I'm going to be their plug. I ain't gatekeeping. I ain't got to try to control you and try to make sure you only use me and you only learn from me. No, I'm going to put you up on game, a lot of it for free. Check out my YouTube channel. Same one you listen to now. Make sure you subscribe. And go through these videos and get your life for real. Quit following these nothing ass nothings that all they got. Because all of us can't get a job. This is all some of us got. Why can't you get a job? Why can't you find something else? To me, that says that something is effed up about you. I could start doing this for free and still make a living. I am not going to do it. Let's not even lose our minds. But I could. In fact, I do this for a living and I do other things for a living too. Y'all got to learn how to discern raggedy motherfuckers. You got to learn how to discern raggedy people. And then he want to body shame me. Sir, I have been the finest thing walking for a very long time. I am almost 50. I will be 49 this month in just a few days. If I am a little bit chunky, you can eat an eggplant. I don't care what you think. I ain't got to be whatever your idea is of a body. And I don't want you to want me. Because I would never want you. So you saying whatever about my body means nothing to me because people still slob at the mouth for it. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? The day still got to end. Okay? That's the truth. We don't let these things bother us. We just, when you a loser, baby, all you got is your mouth. I mean, you got to let losers run their mouth. But for those who follow him and anybody who come over here looking, I know you're going to watch this video because you're messy. I'm just telling you. It's a better way to live, baby. And it ain't got to be no mess. You've been entertained by mess long enough. What's your bank account look like? Okay? What you doing for Christmas? For your children? How are you bringing in the new year? Broke or balling? What you drive, is it safe? How about these extracurricular activities? Can your children participate in all the things that they want to participate in? Are you living how you want to live? Can you get up and go when you get ready, wherever the hell you want to go, and not have to worry about taking clothes if you don't want to? See, as long as there's something left to do in my life, I don't have time to be entertained by people who only want to drag other people's name. That is so silly and played out. The fact that so many of my people with this color skin is okay with being entertained with it disturbs me deeply because I'm extremely pro-black and even more extremely pro-woman. The fact that we let people get clout off of big numbers while they ain't talking about a fucking thing. And we let people entertain us with wild fantasies with no real proof other than some dizzy person who want to be accepted saying, oh, that really worked for me. Show me. I don't want to just see you write a message. I want to see proof that this message that you wrote is true. Power leaves proof. If they got the power, there is some proof of it. I have money. There's proof of it everywhere you look. And I'm going to talk about it because nobody should be disturbed by it. Because I also used to be broke as a motherfucker. And like 50 said, I thought you'd be happy that I made it. The hell is this? What are we doing here? Y'all be wanting people to put y'all on that ain't on themselves. How? How? Oh, they got all this knowledge and I can sit down and write all these notes and then what? What do? It's like, okay, so the square root and the sum of blah, blah, blah is this. I got it. I'm learning so much from you. But I don't know how that applies to my life. In fact, I don't know how any of this applies to my life. And when I'm honest, I still need a job and some money. And I still need to do something about this heart condition, high blood pressure, blah, 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 blah. I still got all that to do. Books and books of notes of weird occult knowledge and science, as they call it, that I can't apply to shit. All I can do is sit around. It shouldn't be like this. Y'all don't know. Y'all better wake up. Y'all don't know. Y'all better wake up. What is waking up done for you if you call yourself woke? If it ain't done nothing for you, you ain't very woke. And the people who teaching you, they ain't probably woke either. You could tell when I was sleeping, I was sick. I was angry. I was depressed. And I was poor. And you can tell when I woke up because I hadn't been any of those things since. That's proof. Proof is what you want to look for. Consistent proof. Have you came and stayed? Have you come to help? What have you done? I'll put my deeds up against any mystic you name, and I guarantee you they not been with me. When I say I'm Emme Rain, it's a reason why I say that. I can say that. I talk like this because I can back it up all by myself. I don't have to jump in no groups and look for no people to help me. I ain't got to do it. See, right now I'm only fishing for new customers, new clients, new students, hopefully new people that can take on this legacy and run with it. I ain't trying to run as far as my vision go. I'm looking for somebody who is, somebody who has their youth, who has that fire, because I want to fuse you with what you need to take it all the way there. I done tried it with a few people, been very disappointed. I done tried it with a few and been very excited. Maybe it'll be you. Maybe you're ready to be free from the tyranny of someone who thinks that calling themselves a dark lord makes it so. I'm trying to figure out if you're a dark lord, like you say, why you need all these people? Why you need all this help? Y'all finna fuck around, find out. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it. So I'm gonna get off here because I've been live for exactly how long he was live, just about. And y'all know how I get down. Everything, definitely follow me on TikTok. It's at Magical Mystic. Be sure to check me out on Facebook and Instagram at Magical Mystic and also at Emme Rain Official. And there is a lot going on with Embossed Entertainment. So some of you guys who have been looking for some assistance with what to do once you go viral, some of you guys who are recording artists, yes, we are doing that now. Yeah, so check out Embossed Entertainment. It is EMMEBOSSEDENT.com. And I look forward to serving you guys in the future. Y'all have a fantastic night. I love y'all. Okay, now I gotta escape. Hold on.